Hi everyone, I'm Dario from EC Hispanic Media, and we're here with the Socio de Negocios Business Expo in the city of Montebello on April 17th, 2024. And we want to welcome our guest, Fred Fotouhi from Fothion. Fred, thank you for joining us today. I really appreciate you being here. So tell me, how did you hear about the event?
Actually, my partner found out through it, so I'm here just to do my job, man.
Which is
Be the president and just talk to people and convince them that we're the top cybersecurity company to go to and have your cybersecurity all buttoned up. Make sure that you're set for the next attack that's on everybody's mind right now.
Yeah, absolutely. How long has the business been around?
So we've been around since 2001.
Okay.
We've been around for 43 years. So we've been primarily what we do is manage the IT. So we are a MSP, but with a cybersecurity focus, because in our line of business, especially within the past decade, I want to say, cybersecurity has become number one focus for most companies, because nowadays it's no longer a matter of, oh, I got a virus, or hey, I went to this website and I got something. It's all engineered towards your company. They come in, you don't know they're there. They live there for months. They'll do all sorts of reconnaissance as to who you are, how much you're worth, how much is the company's worth, where your backup is, how do we get in, how do we move around, who are the most important people, where the most important data is, and ultimately they lock everything. They'll take the key and they'll tell you, okay, now you owe us $300,000 to give your data back.
Yeah.
In the 80s and 90s and 2000s, your competitor was the number one person interested in your data. Now, you're the only one who's interested in your data. So your data is worth more to you today than it was several years ago. Nobody wants your data anymore. So that's why they take your data hostage and they'll sell it back to you for a price. If you don't pay them the price, they'll usually sell your data to the highest bid. If nothing else, they'll just ruin your reputation.
So let me ask you a question. What you would say the most common form of attack taking place right now?
The most common attacks right now is phishing, because the weakest link in companies are usually end users. So end users are tricked into doing things that they wouldn't ultimately do in their own personal life. But because you're like twice removed from your own personal lives when you're at work, you're that much more susceptible to attacks, because they don't care as much as if it was their own Facebook account or their own LinkedIn account. Oh, what is this? Let me click on it. Or sometimes I don't pay enough attention to say, hey, this is a hacker trying to get information from me. I should stop here and report this, rather than, oh, let me enter my password and stuff. Oh, it didn't work. It must have been a fluke, right?
Right.
So through social engineering and through tricking people to getting information, ultimately, like you asked, the number one common attacks today is that, how do I get into your email to ultimately see who you're talking to, where I can masquerade as you and get information from them or get money from them.
Oh, wow.
So this is and we're talking about hundreds of thousands of dollars it's costing these shares to recover shares. Whether it's reputation, getting sued by the companies, or ultimately giving up money. We have clients that their clients, they masqueraded as them and got money from their clients. I'm talking about hundreds of thousands of dollars that they pretended to be them, and they fell for it and they gave them.
So really quick, give us a bullet point list of the services that you offer.
So one of the first things we do is an assessment as to what you have, where you need to be. If you are an industry that needs to have compliance, like financial companies, defense contractors, and things like that, we'll find out what those compliances are and make sure your compliances are met. Then what we do is that we devise a plan as to, these are the stuff that you're missing, this is what you need to do. So ultimately, if all else fails and you do get hacked, your insurance company or cyber insurance company actually pays you, and not say, oh, well, you were at fault, you're about that. Hey, just like any other insurance, you try not to pay when something actually.
Understood, yeah. Okay. So, obviously we're here at the Socio Negocios event. A lot of the folks that attend our events are typically micro, small business owners, right? Some of them have had their business for a pretty decent amount of time, but some of them are startups. And so what would be your advice to these businesses that you see here today? I mean, some of them, there's so many here in Southern California. There's so many different taxes and bills and, debts and all these different things that they have to invest in on a constant basis. Now they've got to add another one. What would you say to these small business owners as far as the service?
Then locking down your home. Right? So you have a front door, you have locks on your door, where if you come every day, you come home, you see somebody is trying to break into your door. There's only so many times that you can change your lock, hoping the guy that goes away. Right?
Yeah, sure.
Eventually, you're going to get in. So you invest a lot more in that entry and back entry, or garage door, and all that. So look, education is number one. If I were to tell you one thing and one thing only, to educate yourself how to not fall for these things, right? The rest of it falls into categories of, okay, how do I identify this being a legitimate thing or being something that I'm being tricked into euros? Because that's where it's at.
Understood.
Education ultimately is the number one, because, like I said before, the weakest link in companies usually are the users that are not taking the time to identify something as real versus true.
Understood. Great. And for all the folks that are watching this, where do they get in touch with you? How do they get in touch with your company?
So they can either go to our website, www.fothion.com, that's Fothion.com, or they can call our phone number, or they can go to our LinkedIn, which is Fothion, and follow us there and ask any questions they have. Our phone number is 310-598-7585.
Yes.
And they can either ask for me or my partner Hamid, and we'd be more than happy to talk with them, see where they're at, what they need, and ultimately get them there.
And se habla español over the...
We had a person.
Okay.
Unfortunately, we lost them to somebody else. We're looking into hiring.
I'm sure you will. Absolutely.
Ultimately, we'll make. If you have to hire a translator,
You'll make it work. Yeah. Thank you so much. We appreciate your time. Thank you for being here.
Having me.
And you heard it here, folks. Make sure that you stop by, visit their website when you get a chance, and we'll see you back at the event.